What are 7 things that people don't usually think about when they're doing new construction homes? So some of the most important things that you need to think about. Number 1 is the location. So, okay, that's kind of obvious, but let's dig deeper into that, things that people don't think about. Let's think about, does it have a homeowners association, and what are the rules for that? Does it have CCRs, restrictions, covenants, things that you can and can't do on the deed, or the zoning? What can you do for the zoning? Also, location. Let's think about, are there restrictions on long-term rentals? How many investment properties can be owned? Short-term rentals, are those allowed? Those are all things to consider. Also, do you need a well or septic for that lot? Think about your taxes, because the tax amount that's going to be listed is for the lot only. Once you build the house, what is the tax rate for that house going to be? What is the traffic amount in that area? What amenities are there around, either with the neighborhood or nearby? Another thing to consider is the shape of that lot, that location. If you have a pie-shaped lot at the end of a cul-de-sac, it looks really large, but when you place that house on that lot, a lot of times you'll end up having to push that house back, and you'll have a very small sliver of a backyard, even though you look at that lot and you think, oh, wow, that's going to be a huge lot, and that's the one I want, and I pay a premium for it. It may turn out that you have a great big front yard and a very little backyard. So these are all things to consider with location. Number 2, how do you spend your money on the design features of the house? So you need to be investing your money just like you would if you're getting ready to sell your home. Invest your money in the kitchen and the bathrooms. That's where you want to spend the money. But you have to be very careful. I know it's exciting, and you get to choose all your different countertops and counters and hardware and flooring and paint and all those things. But let's be very careful not to buy so many upgrades that you outprice yourself. So what will happen is, either 1, you'll run out of money, or 2, your house won't appraise because it has been over improved inside, and that just doesn't come through in an appraisal. So when you go to get your mortgage, or how much money you put in, you're not going to get that back. So be careful about upgrades. Number 3, you need to make sure that you understand that builders are not emotional when they're making their decision about the pricing on their houses. It's the bottom line. And you need to think about the builders, like a custom builder, they have a larger profit, but they don't have as much volume to do. So there's a little bit of risk in that if they're not a big volume builder, there's not a lot of protection if something goes wrong with the market or the economy. Mass builders, large builders and developers, they have very small margins on their property, but you get what you get. They've put those houses up, and they've got a formula, and they stick to it, so there's really not a lot of customization. So let's think about what you need and what you want in your new construction home. The next one, number 4, why do you need a real estate agent in a new home construction? You think, I can just go to the model home and there's a sales agent there, and they can help me through the process. Well, let me be clear. It's like going to court unrepresented by a lawyer. This is one of your biggest, if not the biggest, financial decisions that you make, and you don't want to put that in the hands of somebody that's working against you. You need someone representing you and helping you through the process, helping with checklists, helping with inspections, helping negotiate. These are all really important things for you to have representation. So it's, before you walk into that model home, contact a buyer's agent and see what they can do to help represent you through this process. So let's also think about what are some things that you can get. Number 5, what are some things you can get in your new build. So builders don't lower the price for the most part because they need to keep their housing prices consistent. So if they build a certain model, it needs to always, for appraisal value, be that certain amount. But what you can get are concessions. So you can get seller concessions, you can help closing costs, buy downs on your rate, you can get blinds, you can get upgrade on appliances, those sorts of things can be negotiated. So always think about that for your negotiation purposes. All right, so let's, number 6, talk about financing. So when you finance new construction, if you're going to be doing a new construction loan, that is a different beast than the regular mortgage. And you really need to find a lender that specializes in those construction loans that pay out the builder money throughout the construction process a little at a time. There's also just the regular one where you put, you put some money down and then you have a closing, one mortgage, and the builder finances that, helps that cost until you buy it. A lot of times when you're working with a builder or developer that has many houses, they have a preferred lender. And the reason they have a preferred lender is because they've built a relationship with someone that they know will get them to the closing table with the least amount of trouble. So a lot of times they'll offer you incentives to use their lender. Let me say that a lot of times they'll buy down the rate, they'll offer some closing costs that if you use their lender. But it's always a good idea to shop around. You have 30 days once you've started applying to apply for other mortgage companies, other lenders. So I would definitely shop around and get your best deal. And finally, this is a great hint. So construction is very dirty, very messy. There's a lot of dust. And I would recommend, you can see my filter right there, I would recommend for the first year that you own a home, every 30 days, change those filters for your HVAC system, whatever your heating cooling system is, because of the amount of dust that's still going to be settling. So I can help you with finding a new construction home. It's a wonderful process, but it's very involved. I've got lots of checklists and things to help you. So you can give me a call and we can talk about what your needs are. Have a great day.